When your burdens bring you down, where your soul keep you bound, my scents will stimulate your weary mind. My aromas your olfactory will find. The gate that leads into your soul, my sweet therapy can make you whole. Come inside my precious domain, a garden's air that melts your pain. Air so sweet it's scent divine, sweeter than the finest wine. Come rest your soul alone with me, drinking my aromatherapy. Next to me, nowhere else can compare, but my aura will find you no matter where your soul wanders adrift, lost in a haze. Follow my sense to escape your maze. My flowers grow untainted by strife, a purity that creates new life. In my garden essences I exhume, in my garden is nature's perfume. Enjoy a sip of my rose tea, my healing breath, your destiny. Breathe in deeper whiff of mint, the doctor's cure for the convalescent. Like a fox, let my odors guide you to sanctuary by my side, the place where fertility is most abound, where life sprouts from beneath the ground. Nature's embrace, the only way to find comfort when malaise leads souls astray. Through these gates my Eden will cure the miasma of hatred with scent so pure. Next to me, nowhere else can compare, but my aura will find you no matter where your soul wanders adrift, lost in a haze. Follow my sense to escape your maze. My flowers grow untainted by strife, a purity that creates new life. In my garden essences I exhume, in my garden is nature's perfume. Come inside my precious domain, a garden's air that melts your pain. Air so sweet it's scent divine, sweeter than the finest wine. Come rest your soul alone with me, drinking my aromatherapy. Next to me, nowhere else can compare, but my aura will find you no matter where your soul wanders adrift, lost in a haze. Follow my sense to escape your maze. My flowers grow untainted by strife, a purity that creates new life. In my garden essences I Is privilege or wealth when my dream's not for sale? Why do I keep pushing on so hard to pierce through the veil? It's never good enough, though practice I might. The end of the journey stays too far out of sight. How much rough must I sift before I find the gemstone? How many cuts must I take before my facets are shown? No amount of effort makes the doubts inside me wane. Yet I can't give it up yet, no matter how intense the pain. I fought so hard, I tried my best, I gave it my all. Why do I feel like less? I keep pushing for more, so show me the light. I will never quit, I can't give up on this fight. Dig deeper, ramp it up, be all that I can be. Only through struggle and strife can I ever be free. I will crush the fates that aim to hold me bound. I won't let my doubts take me to the ground. I won't go silently into their night. There is no surrender without a fight. I fought so hard, I tried my best, I gave it my all. Why do I feel like less? I keep pushing for more, so show me the light. I will never quit, I can't give up on this fight. Dig deeper, ramp it up, be all that I can be. Only through struggle and strife can I ever be free. Look inside, there has to be a diamond shining within me. The gods are cruel, but through it all, a liberator standing tall. These chains of doubt inside my mind can't be all there is to find. No amount of strife will see imposter syndrome define me. I fought so hard, I tried my best, I gave it my all. Why do I feel like less? I keep pushing for more, so show me the light. I will never quit, I can't give up on this fight. Dig deeper, ramp it up, be all that I can be. Only through struggle and strife can I ever be free. Liberate my mind, let my value shine bright. Liberate my soul, let me matter in this fight. In the darkest of times, a light of freedom will shine. I am the liberator, I will break free from the divide. I fought so hard, I tried my best, I gave it my all. Why do I feel like less? I keep pushing for more, so show me the light. I will never quit, I can't give up on this fight. Dig deeper, ramp it up, be all that I can be. Only through struggle and strife can I ever be free.
White hair, but arms so strong, bringing justice to undo wrong. His sharpest blade, no, not age. Helagor will light up the stage. General of versus fights the blight. Founder of Azazel, burning evil on sight. Strength and wisdom in one mind. A sexy grandpa, one of a kind. Helagor, the Gigachad commands. Takes no orders, rules the land. In his veins the fire flows. From the ashes his legend grows. Gray but fierce, he's tempered hard. In battle none can break his guard. His clinics seek to quench the pain. For the wicked his sword's the bane. World may change, but he will reign. Courage runs through every vein. His legacy will never Endless strikes forever cascade. Halagar, the Giga Chat commands, takes notice, rules the lands. In his veins the fire flows, from the ashes his legend grows.
Pretty nice room. Maybe, once I get used to it, I'll turn it into my new body.
Fancy how the hair on my tail curls up.
These facilities could use an upgrade.
これでいい。
Hope you have another good day today.
他の人と一緒に戦うの？戦いの相手は誰？彼らが武器で私を傷つけるとき、何を感じるのかしら。安心して、きっと大丈夫だから。
すぐに解決いたしますわ。ご命令のこの切っ先はあなたの心臓に滑り込むまで1秒もかかりませんよ。
They will cough up some useful information.
I'm gorgeous.
怖がらないで、同胞たち。すぐに着くから。
ドクターはいつだって僕の居場所を見つけてくれるんだ。Spring breeze, timely rain. Now we sow the grain.
Who takes joy in the fall?
I can handle this.
Oh, is it my turn? Stand still. If you're clear skies for tuning, rain check.
Please stay calm. It's a bit tricky, but as long as you give me some time.
.どうぞ気をつけなさい。この海流は脆弱な命を飲み込みますよ。
Go ahead. I'm all ready and set.
油断は禁物は悪夢。
あなたに従うわ。
If you'll, I plant you into the soil to grow anew. Here I am!
いつでもいい。一体いつからこの切っ先にあなたの心臓に滑り込むまで1秒もかかりませんよ。
Hope you have another good day today.
From the deep abyss doth grow the greatest threat to life below. From the murky depths there be horrors lurking deep beneath the sea. Awaken, gods, be stirred beneath ancient evils beyond the reach. Inconceivable disturbance below, corrupting minds with ebb and flow, evolving with the changing tide. Like sirens it calls for ships to collide. Stultifera, the ship of fools, serves now the primordial tide pools. Ancient terror of the deep, with tentacled hands doth souls it reaps.
Takes with it all life beneath the waves. Not a soul spared for which it craves. Silently they stalk their prey, coming forth from ocean's spray.
The old god's domain is cold and cruel. The strongest survive their only rule. From their blood we make anew soldiers from which we form our crew.
A catastrophe that's born of
I was very impressed by everyone's performance.
God's flesh, the sword of Skaditor. The mortal body her sword can rend, inheriting the will of Isharim Lazen. Ancient terror of the deep, with tentacled hands doth souls it reaps.
takes with it all life beneath the waves. Not a soul spared for which it craves. Silently they stalk their prey, coming forth from ocean's spray.
A world of monsters from the deep, held at bay by Skadi sleep. In isolation she doth stay, keeping calm the terror at bay. Such solitude doth longing bring, a yearning for her ancient king. Such union would calamity sire, abandon hope for all desire. Ancient terror of the deep, with tentacled hands doth souls it re-reaps.
Takes with it all life beneath the waves. Not a soul spared for which it craves. Silently they stalk their prey, coming forth from ocean's spray.
了解。
All right. All medicine has been prepared.
The night is cold, we walk alone. No place to call our fragile home. Despised by those who claim to lead. We're soldiers forged in darkened deeds. Our lives are just a toss away. A pawn in games the rich men play. We fight the battles others fear. In shadows we just disappear. Our lives are just a toss away. A pawn in games the rich men play. We fight the battles others fear. In shadows we just disappear. We are the sword 'cause no one sees. We bleed in streets on broken knees. For those who never care to know, our blood's the cost of status quo. Through smoke and fire we march ahead, to face the terrors men should dread. In silence we embrace the pain. No banner waves above the slain. Hearts of steel yet spirits torn. Our loyalty a crown of thorns. The night is ours, we claim our right. In darkness we ignite the fight. We are the sword 'cause no one sees. We bleed in streets on broken knees. For those who never care to know, our blood's the cost
Mizuki wanders through the night with a glow that's soft and light. He's got the charm that makes you sway, and armpits that take your breath away. Walking down the neon street so bright, Mizuki stills the scene each night. Not just a gentleman with style, but soft armpits that'll make you smile. Oh, Mizuki, when you lift your arms, you bring the world under your charms. Your secret, soft and so sublime, turns every moment into the divine. An enigma wrapped in silk and lace, poisonous aura that you can't place. Effortlessly he owns the room, with armpits softer than a baby's bloom. Whispers follow wherever he roams, the softest secrets Mizuki owns. In the heart of town where legends grow, his tender touch becomes the show. Oh, Mizuki, when you lift your arms, you bring the world under your charms. Your secret, soft and so sublime, turns every moment into the divine.
Please guide these lost souls to peaceful enlightenment.
shadow lab plan awaits to witness the intertwining of fates. No distance is far enough to hide. Selenia waits with swords at her side. Memories can't weigh it down of a family's lost renown. Texas won't break, won't bend, won't bow. disavow.
私についてきて永遠の故郷に帰りましょう。
チートします。
勝利を手にしたみんなの姿、絵にしよう。
When your burdens bring you down, weigh your soul, keep you bound. My sense will stimulate your weary mind. My A garden's air that melts your pain. Air so sweet it's scented vine, sweeter than the finest wine. Come rest your soul alone with me, drinking my aromatherapy. Next to me, nowhere else can compare, but my aura will find you no matter where your soul wanders adrift, lost in a haze. Follow my sense to escape your maze. My flowers grow untainted by strife, a purity that creates new life. In my garden essences I exhume, in my garden is nature's perfume. Enjoy a sip of my rose tea, my healing breath, your destiny. Breathing deeper whiff of mint, the doctor's cure for the convalescent. Like a fox, let my odors guide you to sanctuary by my side, the place where fertility is most abound, where life sprouts from beneath the ground. Nature's embrace, the only way to find comfort when malaise leads souls astray. Through these gates my Eden will cure the miasma of hatred with scent so pure. Next to me, nowhere else can compare, but my aura will find you no matter where your soul wanders adrift, lost in a haze. Follow my sense to escape your maze. My flowers grow untainted by strife, a purity that creates new life. In my garden essences I exhume, in my garden is nature's perfume. Come inside my precious domain, a garden's air that melts your pain. Air so sweet it's scent divine, sweeter than the finest wine. Come rest your soul alone with me, drinking my aromatherapy. Next to me, nowhere else can compare, but my aura will find you no matter where your soul wanders adrift, lost in a haze. Follow my sense to escape your maze. My flowers grow untainted by strife, a purity that creates new life. In my garden essences I exhume, in my garden is nature's perfume.
この宴会の歌に耳を傾けて。
楽しみだ。
ちょっと待ってては。
Ready to heal.
空気の陸地に乾きすぎね。
いつでもいい。
ショー。ちょっと待ってってば。
Awaiting your orders.
Naniするこの子たちに勝てる？
訓練と飽きた土からいずれ溢れ出す。作戦目標は明瞭です。
I come from the depths of the ocean.
Come on. Please hold on.
I won't sleep on the job. Take aim.
Even the dead can't save you.
Here I am. Here I am.
訓練場と飽きた土からいずれ溢れ出す。
What are you waiting for? Game over for you. Awaiting your fire.
Humbly return to the abyss. 何すればいいの？
いつでも慌てるだけ無駄だ。
It's game over for you.
None of you shall leave this place. A day of fine sun and gentle breeze. I hope everyone makes it home safe.
Hodor the mercenary fights for gold, but he's wrought in a story untold. Streaming star, you official on the screen. Stunning personality, life's a dream. Pixelated smile shine so bright. Clumsy e-girl streaming through the night. You official is all he needs for a mercenary's heart that never bleeds. Stunlocked love in an online craze. Hodor's lost in a virtual daze. She streams in his dreams with nothing to hide. Bound by the screens, a parasocial ride. From the battlefield to the scroll and chat, makes each donation just to feel where she's at. Every mention makes his heart ablaze. Simping mercenary in his love-struck face. A warrior's code, looking for a sign in the digital world where he's free to pine. Dollars and bits for a fleeting glance. Mercenary soul yearning for their romance. Lost in pixels, heart on sleeve. Simp for a streamer's hoping to believe. Screen lights glow on his longing face. Dreams of love in that online space.
Hope you have another good day today.
I know where to go. I can handle myself.
Products received. Resources received.
Hope you have another good day today. The circuit's grounded. Okay, now my hair shouldn't poof out. I'll have a break while the doctor's asleep.
From the deep abyss doth grow the greatest threat to life below. From the murky depths there be powers lurking deep beneath the sea. Awaken gods, be stirred beneath ancient evils beyond the reef. Inconceivable disturbance below, corrupting minds with the ebb and flow, evolving with the changing tide. Like sirens it calls for ships to collide. Stultifera, the ship of fools, serves now the primordial tide pools. Ancient terror of the deep, with tentacled hands doth souls it reaps.
Takes with it all life beneath the waves. Not a soul spared for which it craves. Silently they stalk their prey, coming forth from ocean's spray.
The old god's domain is cold and cruel. The strongest survive their only rule. From their blood we make anew soldiers from which we form our crew.
A catastrophe that's born of war.
God's flesh, the sword of Skaditor. The mortal body her sword can rend, inheriting the will of Isharim Lazen. Ancient terror of the deep, with tentacled hands doth souls it reaps.
Takes with it all life beneath the waves. Not a soul spared for which it craves. Silently they stalk their prey, coming forth from ocean spray.
A world of monsters from the deep, held at bay by scatty sleep. In isolation she doth stay, keeping calm the terror at bay. Such solitude doth longing bring, a yearning for her ancient king. Such union would calamity sire, abandon hope for all desire. Ancient terror of the deep, with tentacled hands doth souls it re-reaps.
Takes with it all life beneath the waves. Not a soul spared for which it craves. Silently they stalk their prey, coming forth from ocean spray.
Have I been muted this whole time? Oh my gosh. I'm a scrub. Oh man, I did that early on when I started streaming, and I thought I was going to be good about that and not make that same mistake again. But I'm apparently an idiot when I don't stream regularly, so my bad. I have no idea how much of this I've just been talking into this microphone, and it's been totally silent. Probably most of this stream. Probably why so many people just like came and went after like 1 or 2 minutes of me talking between songs, explaining stuff, and having all of that probably not be recorded at all. Scrub move on my behalf, but it is a short stream today. I actually wasn't planning anything today. I just wanted to talk about the Abyssal Hunter video that I am compelled to make because of that song now. So I am going to call it here. And I will have to do some research because I'm definitely going to have to do Stultifera Navis. Maybe I'll get a Scotty fight in there. If I play off stream and get to the Scotty fight, I might record it on or off screen, on or off stream. I'm not really sure, but man, I don't know. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's better if I don't know. I could just do the first to speak and the evolving. I don't even remember what the frick that boss is called. The little evolving thing from Stultifera Novice, which is actually kind of a nasty boss. But again, the reason why I need to do the research is because I don't remember which buffs do which, and I don't feel like wasting a bunch of time with trial and error to figure that part out. And I'm going to have, like, based on the fact that I'm already limiting my squad somewhat to A gear and abyssals, and even out of that, it's what I can borrow and what I have built, which, to be fair, I have most operators that matter built, but I can't actually do a proper Abyssal Hunter squad because I don't have Ambrielle, and I built, I mean, in theory, I could build her just for the video, but I don't think she's actually necessary for that fight. I don't have Blue Poison as an alternative going the A-Gear route, but I also just don't have Ulpianus. I can borrow one operator. So obviously, out of borrowed operators, it's Ulpianus, no questions. So as far as Abyssal Hunters go, sort of hard Abyssal Hunters, that gives me Scotty and Scotty Alter, which is kind of weird to have both of them in a clear, but I probably will have to use both. Where the hell is Scotty? Scotty, Spectre. And it's the same with Spectre because I have Spectre and Spectre Alter. I'd kind of rather just use one or the other. Maybe Scotty Alter is so much better than Scotty. But if I was going to use both of anyone, at least with Scotty, it's both 6 stars. With Spectre, maybe it makes sense to just use Spectre Alter. I'm not sure. That's all stuff I have to figure out, and maybe some of the limitations of what I need for killing that boss, especially on the EX stage, might play into that as a requirement. But I have at least that. I don't have Ulpianus. I have Gladia. I just upgraded her module to level 2, which is sort of like the bare minimum for her kit. I don't have her maxed out or anything, but she's, I would say, good enough. And obviously I have Spectre Alter maxed out, or at least relevant parts maxed out. And Scotty Alter. And I was planning on using Lumen. And I was also planning on using Mizuki, who's not maxed out, but should be good enough, I think. But I'm not really sure. The EX boss is a pain in the ass. In theory, I could use Weedy. There's a few other, like, questionable picks. I mean, Mizuki's kind of funny to throw into the Abyssal Hunter crowd because I guess I'm just going to throw this out. I'm almost certain Mizuki's going to get an altar, and I don't think his altar will be officially Abyssal Hunter, but I think they're going to explore that element of his lore. So what I expect is different about Mizuki compared to the other Abyssals, because you have true Abyssal Hunters, like, and they have specific things that you can tell beyond any doubt. So where the hell are you, Scotty? Red eyes, white hair, and obviously they just straight up say they're an Abyssal Hunter somewhere on them. That's like a full-blooded true Abyssal Hunter. Same with Spectre, white hair, red eyes, and just straight up, I mean, it says Abyssal here, but is in the Abyssal Hunter faction. Like, nobody questions if Scotty's a full-blooded Abyssal Hunter or not. And then Ulpianus, who I don't have to show here, is also full-blooded Abyssal. And I think even, yeah, they didn't change any of her design to move away from that. They just have her, you know, progressing towards the Seaborn side of being Abyssal Hunter. And they take away the Abyssal sort of synergy buffs aside from, well, it's one-sided. So her abilities are more powerful if you're buffing an Abyssal Hunter. It makes everyone stronger. So right here, if a unit is within range of self for the Seaborn, here it is, Abyssal Hunter, they gain additional attack. So she does synergize somewhat with Abyssals, but it's one-sided, unlike the other Abyssal traits. So she doesn't technically count as an Abyssal from the game standpoint, but from the lore standpoint, I would say she does. But then Andriana, no red eyes, no white hair, but is still gets the Abyssal synergy and still has the Abyssal. So she's kind of like not a full-blooded Abyssal, but she's still recognized by whatever organization created them as an Abyssal. She's just a weaker, I guess, less Abyssal, less what are they called? Seaborn mutations or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. We don't know exactly what extent is different about her, but we know it's just less. She's just less Seaborn, less extreme version, but still considered an Abyssal. And then you have characters like Mizuki, who has this little fun anomaly here. Originium arts assimilation flawed. And his backstory is that he's in this little rural village that gets wiped out, and he believes it's from bandits in the mountains. It's pretty obvious there's more to it than that, especially with the sort of tales of other people's reactions to this attack being a lot more akin to like something Seaborn adjacent. So I think, me personally, my theory on Mizuki is that he is probably a experiment from the cult of the Abyss trying to create sort of their own Abyssal Hunters, but for different reasons. So the cult of the Abyss, they want to be Seaborn themselves. They're looking for ways to conduct that transformation to be one with Isharam La. And I think Mizuki is a unwitting experiment conducted by the Cult of the Deep that is similar enough to the Abyssal Hunters to where functionally he's you know, kind of in the same boat as Ambriel. He doesn't have the red eyes or white hair, although he does have pink eyes and very light blue hair. Hold on. Huh. That's something to think about. I never noticed that until I just said this just now. Like, if he were to be if his eyes were more saturated and his hair less saturated, like that might actually be evidence that he's in the same realm. And we do know that the Seaborn sort of thing is progressive, but Mizuki's also kind of unique because he seems completely immune to Seaborn influence. And I'm not completely boned up on his lore. I guess the defining factor would be how the Seaborn react to him. Do they treat him like one of their own? Do they recognize him as like part of the hive mind, or is he an outsider to them? I am not sure. But he is a bit like the Hobbits is with the Ring. He seems especially resilient against the Seaborn sort of corrupting elements, which is, you know, the whole deal behind the first ending in a way in IS-3. But I do think that for the purpose of the video of the Abyssal Hunters, having him in the squad is extremely lore appropriate, even if there's not like a canonical fight that I can think of where there's like Mizuki and the Abyssal Hunters together fighting Isharam Law. Like, I don't think that ever happens. But yeah, that's almost certainly I'll use him in whatever sort of plan I concoct for that portion of the video. Weedy doesn't really have any connection because she's just like A gear, but she does have white hair and red eyes. Actually, out of curiosity, no, she has arts assimilation scores. So that's just coincidence then, because that's kind of a telltale sign that someone's got some Seaborn shenanigans going on. She apparently does not. But one of the other things, and I don't know if I'll ever do a video on this or not, but I do think it's kind of interesting that the Seaborn and vampires share a lot of traits, not just aesthetically, but the whole thing about everything being kind of centered on blood and having these sort of your mind corrupted by this sort of power and the red eyes and the white hair and the style, like how they dress. Like if you saw Gladia and didn't play this game and somebody's like, she's a vampire, everyone would believe it. Nobody would question that. And so that was something I always thought was interesting, but they never put any particular connection on them in the lore. I just always thought it was interesting that vampires and Seaborn had so much in common. Like if you just kind of think about things that they could have in commonality without necessarily trying to like force it, because it goes beyond just the purely visual. There's also the parts in Warframe's lore where she talks about like, you know, being treated like a monster by people in the past and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm not going to put Warframe in that fight though, probably. It's got to be Lumen. It's got to be Fish Boy. But yeah, I'm just going to have to cook on that and think about it. And I don't have any music planned. I mean, I'm definitely going to write something. I just don't know what it's going to be yet. I don't know what the next song's going to be, but I do have ideas for what I want, like technique wise, to use, because I want to see if I can get it past, you know, all this was cut off because I'm an idiot and had the mic turned off. But what I was saying earlier was that my earliest music was just to have whatever I could spit out quickly that was kind of super generic. I mean, it was good enough for just background stuff in order for me to be able to do a stream and have my own sort of music and just not have to think about copyright at all on YouTube. Because in my first streams, I think I had official Arknights music in the background. I never had intention of just doing all of my own music for that, but some of the tracks would get me like region locked or stuff like that, and I didn't want to have to like hand pick out which tracks that was from and which ones they didn't care about from the Arknights official music. So I was like, you know, whatever, there's all these Arknights memes, let me start writing music about the memes. So I just write, you know, because I'm like, if I don't have to take this very seriously, it can just be whatever. If it's just about some stupid meme, like what's the stupidest meme that I wrote a song that doesn't completely... Okay. The first like good song that I wrote that I don't even think this is really a meme. Like is Kokodayo really a meme? I don't think Kokodayo is a meme. I just think that that's an association that people have with Cruz, and people think Cruz is kind of a cute character. And but that song ended up coming out like pretty good at the time. And that was already when I had started to put a little bit more effort into it. Oh, Jetpacks and Holes. Jetpacks and Holes. This is literally the one of the earliest, I think, Arknights memes of all time, with Kevin falling into the hole. And I was like, sure, let's cook up a stupid song about Kevin, like, being an Arknights meme.
mix of clever wit, sticking to the sky, not the pit. Jetpacks and holes don't mix it all. Kevin took the mighty fall. Tallulah laughed till she went red. To Kevin's surprise, he isn't dead.
Anyways, I'm not gonna play the whole thing. That was that's actually the better version, because originally the words were just like, let me have freaking ChatGPT just spit something out. I don't really care as long as it's funny. Maybe I'll regenerate it a few times until I get a result that's okay. I just didn't put that much energy into caring if lyrics were any good. I just needed kind of quantity at the time, or I wanted quantity at the time. But there were enough stuff in there where I'm like, there was this line about, what was it? It was terrible. It was so dumb. It was, oh, Jesus, what was it? There was some line in there about Tallulah, and I hated it. I was like, this is so corny, so cheesy. I can't handle it. And so I remember eventually going and like changing some of the lyrics, you know, being like, all right, ChatGPT, I can't trust you to not write something that'll piss me off. But yeah, in the first batch of music was literally just like taking 10 minutes to crank something out that's based on a meme that I didn't really care about, because I didn't want to use official music and then get not copyright strikes. That wasn't really the issue, but just like region lock restriction, all this other stuff, and you get notified on it in your video. And I didn't really want to deal with that, even though my channel's not monetized or anything. So I just needed stuff. That was it. And, but yeah, that's already the improved version, and the original is way worse. And it's bothering me that I can't remember, because I ended up rewriting a lot of the song by hand just to get rid of the parts that kind of upset me. But because it's such a ridiculous meme that I didn't have to take it like too seriously. So there was definitely like, you could compare that to the first song that I wrote without any of ChatGPT bullshit in there, because it wouldn't work for what I was going for. So when I came out with Crocodile, I knew that I had an idea basically for what I wanted the song to be. And I knew that I could write something really catchy if I turned Crocodile just into like a rhythmic refrain. I don't know, because again, the song's in English, and the point wasn't to have like this mixture of English or Japanese or whatnot, but everyone that plays Arknights associates Crocodile specifically with Cruz. It's super iconic, but it's also just, it's a syllabic word that I could just add syllables to in order to make a rhythm that would be like catchy in kind of a, I don't know what to call it. It's not like dance music. I mean, Cruz is this character that has like this sort of, she's simple, kind of lazy, but supposed to sort of have like a cute character. Like, she does these things that upset people, but they don't stay mad at her because, I don't know, because she is able to get away with stuff. Like, she's not bad intentioned. So her sort of nature is supposed to be cutesy. I needed this song to kind of have that cutesy nature to it. I also wanted it to be catchy, and I just had this idea with like using Crocodile in this like rhythmic section that would be interesting and kind of serve as like a rally point for the song. I don't know how to describe it, but I mean, AI would never do that. So that was when I was like, I'm not even going to use AI for structure. I'm just going to write literally everything And that way, you know, I'll get something that could actually be good and not just background music, which is why I made the video for it with the clear. And so yeah, Kokodayo was really my first experiment in just going ham with songwriting in order to try and actually get what I want. The amount of time I ended up spending on it was significantly more than anything before it, but it was still like, you know, I called it good at like 80%. And I think I have ideas for future stuff. I don't know if my mic was off. It probably was because I was talking about this. I have ideas. I might actually personally sing something in the future. I don't know yet, because it just depends on if it fits, or I feel that it fits my voice and it's something worth me like practicing to be able to do. But I might sing something personally in the future. We will see. And there are more and more tools available for me to get more of what I want out of the music in the time that I have allotted to do it when I do it. So, you know, going from that, you know, whatever, like I guess acceptable, but for background stuff that I wasn't really caring about, I'd say that was probably best case scenario, 60 or maybe 70% of what I want. Like sort of a decent song is me getting like 80-ish%, which is like Kokodayo, I'd say is like an 80%. And then the newest sort of 2.5 songs is like a 90% of what I really like wanted out of it. So for like my Abyssal Hunter song, I think there's still like 10% better that it could be. Like I could squeeze more out of it if I go into like granular detail and look at every single note, and maybe there's stuff I could move around or rearrange that would make it more epic. But it's like so close to what I want that I'm not going to obsess over trying to achieve perfection. At least not yet. We'll see. But Kokodayo, I've been kind of rambling about this other stuff, but Kokodayo was like one of the first songs that kind of put me on that track, just because it was, I made sure that the lyrics would produce what I wanted. I don't know how else to put it. If you're writing songs, like, I guess there's two, you could think melody first and then write lyrics to that, or you could do, I think in most cases people write lyrics first and then think about how those lyrics would sound. I think that's way more common. I'm not actually sure what other people's processes are, but for me personally, like if I have some sort of inspiration for an idea that I have to write down for lyrics, I do have an idea of what it should sound like. And how close I end up getting to that in the end is kind of where these percentages are coming from. But yeah, Kokodayo, this was in the realm of ChatGPT would just not do that. But I can, so I will.
Kokodayo, with a wink and a nod and a steady bow. Kokodayo, Kokodayo, hits the bullseye even with her eyes closed.
Cruise on the rooftop watching the moon, eyes half closed all afternoon. Lazy trigger finger, mind on snooze. With a whisper in the breeze, it's Kokodayo she croons. Shadow stretches long while the world runs wild. Cruise just smiling, lazy like a child. Target scrambling, frantic in a rush. Cruise just says Kokodayo, no need to fuss.
Kokodayo, Kokodayo, with a wink and a nod and a steady bow. Kokodayo, Kokodayo, hits the bullseye even with her eyes closed.
Day today.
Kokodayo, with a wink and a nod and a steady bow. Kokodayo, Kokodayo, hits the bullseye even with her eyes closed.
Long night ahead, stars start to gleam. Cruise yawning a wide, living in a dream. Her bolts fly true, laziness a contained art. Kokodayo, the last sound before they depart.
Tiptoe silent knows the perfect spot. Chill in the chaos while the world falls apart. From the rooftop she lines up the shot. Why work harder? That wouldn't be smart. Morning dew falls, crew stretches her frame. Another lazy day, another perfect aim. Underestimating her would be a shame. For every cock bow, echoes are the same. With a wink and a nod and a steady bow. Hits the bullseye even with her eyes closed. With a wink and a nod and a steady bow. Hits the bullseye even with her eyes closed.
Man, I will say, though, that is a few versions of vocal model ago, and getting right pronunciations is not always easy. And for whatever reason, it was very challenging on that version to get cocked bow. They kept interpreting it as bow, like the bow of a ship. And that really irked me. And it was, I think I did get a version that I didn't end up sort of keeping that pronounced it right. I remember trying to write stuff out phonetically. I don't know. It's all a hassle. I don't know what Vidal is doing with Neuro for his vocal models and whatnot. Because I know for him, since his is bespoke, he wanted to have a bespoke sound. So for Neurosama, he's obviously using vocal models that are tweaked by hand to some degree. And there's a slight variation between Neuro and Evil so that they don't sound identical. They're like similar, but not identical. I think like Evil's a little bit deeper. I don't think they're like, I don't think there's any like substantial tweaks, but the thing is like early, speech to text or whatnot, obviously pronouncing words, there's just certain things that it would get wrong because it had to follow sort of these explicit rules. And when vocal models moved to being AI powered, they just got a lot better because the AI could sort of learn pronunciations that were not always following the rules. And so that's obvious with like the Neuro twins, but the reason why there's some eccentricities there is because Vidal's using a like off-the-shelf framework that then he modified to make into the Neuro twins. But in order for them to be unique, he can't just use data that was used to train other AIs, because then that destroys the personalities that built his brand. Whereas for me, I don't care about that. Like, I just need a vocal model that sounds good. And obviously, like with the early stuff being completely auto-tuney sounding, and now the newer stuff is getting more and more human, especially with like the interpretations that kind of are at least somewhat aware of the what they're saying. So like if you're a real vocalist or whatnot, and you're thinking about phrasing and stuff like that, the actual like text kind of matters. And so speech to text is not like traditional speech to text is not going to recognize that. It's not going to be able to so easily interpret, but an AI model can sort of make, again, it makes predictions based on words, how to interpret that when you don't have a real life human to perform the voice. And yeah, and obviously the alternative is for everything to sound auto-tuney and use, keyboards and whatnot. But I'm not going to do that. But it's just kind of interesting because I remember Vidal, when he first started doing music with Neurosama, he was very sort of surprised by the AI's, you know, interpretation. He thought it was going to be like either a MIDI file or that it would be not plagiarism, but that it might follow the original too identically. And he was kind of surprised that the model didn't exactly do that. Although, like I said, his model doesn't have like a huge amount of investor money and teams behind it in order to like completely optimize it. And I actually think that works in his favor. Like Yi talked about this a bit in his video, having like a slightly scuffed style kind of adds like charm, a YouTubiness to something that isn't. It gives like I don't know what to call it. It's like a feeling that what you're getting is more genuine or handcrafted. I don't really know what to call it. I think the Japanese have a word for this, because if you go to a fancy sushi place, one of the things that fancy sushi has that cheap sushi doesn't is like, you would call it like imperfections, but it's like, it's obviously handmade when you get expensive sushi. It doesn't look perfect. Like it's like, it doesn't look like it came, like the rice won't look like it came out of a mold. It looks like somebody shaped it by hand. And so like that kind of character is kind of unique to YouTube that Hollywood doesn't have. And I keep hearing people talk about Hollywood coming to YouTube and maybe, you know, YouTube being over as it's taken over by sort of these institutions. I don't think that's going to work very well. And I don't think it's going to work very well because it's not what people really come to YouTube for the most part. It is the biggest, you know, streaming platform by far, eclipsing Netflix and everything else. And it's not even close. So I understand why people might think that their failing network should move to YouTube. But, you know, people come to YouTube for, you know, Asmongold or Mr. Beast or whatever. And Mr. Beast is pretty produced, but it's still not quite like traditional TV. It's sort of in that halfway point, but a lot of YouTube, and even if it's not necessarily the biggest channels, like the Internet Historian's a good example. He has a high production value for YouTube, but it doesn't look like something a professional studio or Hollywood would ever make. It looks like something that would go to YouTube. And it makes it feel more honest, maybe. I'm not really sure. And yeah, like I definitely think that is one of the secret sauces to the Neuro twins from Vidal doing the AI stuff and having a vocal model, obviously, because otherwise the speech to text would be even more flat. I mean, again, it's not perfect because, like I said, he's using his own, to a certain extent, data. I'm sure there's like a baseline that's in there and he's tweaking incentives and what's getting picked for training and whatnot, because AIs are, Elon describes them as children. You know, they develop based on what you feed them, which is data. But if you feed them everything, you don't get the best results. It's really about like curating what you put in order to get what you want. So clearly he has, I don't know how he set up his incentive for training or whatnot, but there's definitely elements of it that are reasonably rudimentary, but still like functional. And the vocal model is one of them. But yeah, some of those eccentricities are literally what make Neuro have kind of this, I guess you'd say personality, but one that doesn't shove people into the uncanny valley. Anyways, enough talking about Neuro. I am going to head out and end it here. I don't even think I'm going to like play out a bunch of music. I think we're just going to call it here. I don't know when I'll be on again, but it probably won't be in too much time because I'm pretty amped up about the Abyssal Hunter thing. I might literally just stream me making the video. I might have like freaking, what do you call it? Da Vinci. Da Vinci stream of me making the Abyssal Hunter video. I don't know, capturing some stuff. I'm going to weave in some official stuff. The plan was to take some of the hype videos from the Abyssal Hunter events in the past and then put some gameplay stuff in between it to this song and just have literally just the song and not have any like narration or lore dumps or anything like that, to just do straight up a music video, but with a combination of cinematic and gameplay. And that is what I'll do. And maybe I will stream the process. I don't know, just because I have to do it. And if I stream it, then how shall I say? The theory is that you're most efficient or you do your best work when people are watching you. You can't hide from it. So, but there's so much of it that I might have to like look stuff up and be dumb for a bit, but we'll see. I will talk to y'all later.